everybody. Happy Wednesday. It's dynamic duo time. But wait. 1, 2, 3.
It's
what
a trio
happened
today. We have a special guest with us.
I just want to interrupt for 1 second. Nancy, on your mic, can you hit the yellow button for noise canceling?
Thanks.
Is that better?
Yeah, we're good.
Welcome to everybody that's going to find us on the replay. Thank you, Brianna. So yes, as you can see, Sharlene is here with us today. Most of you would know Sharlene as an amazing instructor here in the store. And Sharlene, you've actually done Dynamic Duo before.
Once before, yes.
Once before. So welcome to Charlene. Charlene is a huge fan of Jamie Rodgers.
That's right.
Just a tiny fan.
I have
Just
like
tiny fan.
a micro amount of things to show today compared to Charlene's. Today is the dynamic duo
Take over.
with Sharlene.
Yeah, with Charlene. So welcome to Charlene. Hi, everybody. And I'm going to bow out. I'm not needed because Charlene has all the information.
Oh, she does.
Yeah,
She's
she
going to be
does.
great.
So ask her the questions and comments in there. And of course, if we don't catch them while you're busy working, we can answer, or Charlene can answer afterwards.
Okay.
Yeah.
So did you tell them what the deal is?
No,
I'll
what's
tell
the
them what the deal
deal,
is. I can
Nancy?
tell them what the deal is. The deal is 25% off all Jamie Rodgers Crafts products except our new stuff. So we had a few items come in a week or two ago, so that's not included in the deal, but there's still some really awesome stuff that will
bet.
support you for classes with Sharlene too.
You betcha.
All right. So I'm going to quickly start with one thing that I want to show because I only
Okay.
have one thing that I want to show. And then it's going to be all about you.
Okay.
Deal?
All right.
Do you want me to flip the camera right now?
Sure, we could do that. Let's not have you hanging around waiting for that. Terrific trio, Jennifer Yolen says.
Terrific trio. Happy Wednesday. Oh, Lynn is with us.
Lynn, I love you too, Lynn.
I think we're good.
I think we are good.
Perfect.
Oh, there's a delay.
There is
Yes,
a little
sir.
bit of a delay.
I forget about the delay all the time.
Okay, so I got my hands on our product before Sharlene did. Ha ha. So normally, when Jamie Rodgers stuff comes in the front or back door, we just pop it on off to Sharlene because Charlene's our definite expert in the Jamie Rodgers world. She wasn't here yesterday, so I scooped the new paper. So we are selling this gorgeous crushed velvet paper. It's called. It's 8.5 by 11 sheets, crushed velvet. And it's got a very, very different texture and
does.
feel.
Lighter weight.
It's very, it is so hard to describe because it's obviously lighter than cardstock, but it's definitely strong. I mean, I
Absolutely.
did some embossing with it and I even spritzed it and nothing happened. It was actually just made a nicer, stronger emboss. So embosses incredibly. I did some inking on it and it inks incredibly well. So we've got these 7 colors right now. This one's honey,
I like that.
mint mist, azure blue, dusty pink. I can roll. Okay, this is where I'm going to have to pay attention because there's antique white, but then there's these 2 blues. So which is which? We got denim and thunder fog. I'm going to say
Thunder.
denim.
Thunder and denim.
Are you sure?
I betcha.
No, I think it's the opposite.
Could be.
This looks foggier to me. And then this looks like a good pair of jeans.
Yep.
Okay, so denim, thunder fog. That's what I think. We'll find out. Anyhow, so I got to play with it. I didn't have super a lot of time, so I made this little card. I actually went ahead and used the Jamie Rodgers poinsettia die. I will show it. I used this one, which I covered with a bunch of extra cuts. Yay! Hang on. So yeah, so when I do a bunch of small die cutting, I do tend to make extra just in case. But that is the Florist Collection Traditional Poinsettia, Jamie Rodgers Crafts. It comes in one die, and I actually like this. So I know a lot of dies, they have them so you can cut them apart. This one you don't have to worry about. You can just run it through once. I ran it through on the antique white, I ran it through on the mint, and I ran it through on the dusty, whatever it's called. Oh, my brain isn't braining today, people. Sorry. And anyways, then I was able to use ink, and I actually did I actually used the Catherine Pooler inks, and I just blended some on. That's the mint one. So it's a little bit different. So the white has a bit more cream.
Oh, yes, it does. Yep.
All right. So then I actually took the antique white and I pumped up the green.
Wow.
By using the Catherine Pooler Deck the Halls. And it took ink incredibly well. It's just gorgeous.
So how did you ink it? Did you run it over or did you spritz it on?
I actually, I played with it in multiple ways. So for the green leaves, what I did was I had a piece. And I spritzed it, and then I dipped it, and then I kind of maybe added a bit more with a blending brush. But
okay.
Anyway, and then I came back after it was cut and added a little bit more along some edges and stuff.
Yep.
The other ones, like mostly in here, I just cut and then kind of inked on after, and it held up really well to that too. So, hello everybody. Thank you for joining us. So nice to see you here. Anyway, I thought that was pretty exciting stuff, and I gave my leftovers, which is actually quite a bit. I actually got a lot of stuff. This is probably like a quarter of the sheet. I think I gave you probably 2/3 of the sheet,
Yeah.
At least 3/4, 2/3 of the sheet for Sharlene to play, and so hopefully we'll see some classes with this.
Oh, absolutely.
We are selling it in single sheets for you, for your crafting pleasure.
How much are they per single sheet?
Why? Why would you ask me that? Hang on.
Well, just because the people might want to know.
I know they might want to know. 95 cents.
95 cents a sheet.
Hey, and guess what? I got the colors. Denim is the dark one. Thunder Fog is the gray one.
I love this blue.
That one is stunning, and I love it with this.
Yellow.
Yeah, those together.
Yep.
Stunners. Stunners.
Yep.
Okay, so Sharlene is, like I said, our Jamie Kim, these are the brand new Jamie Rodgers crushed velvet papers. So I'm not going to go over it too much again, but there's 7 colors and they're very unique. So you got to check them out.
They're thinner. Yeah, they're definitely thinner than normal cardstock. But the texture on them is super unique.
And I think they would hold folds really well for any of those people into... I was even thinking an envelope. You could make an envelope out of these.
Oh, yeah.
But
that would be a rather wonderful envelope.
Yes.
Love those colors.
Yes, because I know it can be hard to find paper for envelopes right now because a lot of our cardstock is 80+ pound. So these are just a nice weight for that. But they also make amazing flowers. Like, holy bro.
Yeah, we'll maybe try a little demo today with that paper.
Sure.
Sure. So I brought a couple of 3 things that I wanted to kind of talk about. So last time I was here and did a dynamic duo with you, we were talking about using his slimline, or he calls them DL, stamps to make a continuous paper. These would be great for if you had bigger cards that you were wanting to do and not just a slimline. I'm going to show you how you can take this stamp or this stamp, which is his Scripty stamp, which is another gorgeous stamp, and you can make a full sheet of paper out of it. Could not get this to work on the smaller,
the Misty or
the Misty and the
Couture Creations.
Couture Creations. That's a hard word.
Blah, blah, blah.
Because you can't move the paper through the stamp. So what you want to be able to do, so I've just got a piece of hammer mill and my the large stamp platform.
You keep going. I got to grab something.
And this is the little plastic sheet that came with the platform. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to take that plastic sheet, put it up against my edge so it will give me a straight edge that I can always move the paper up and down against. Then I'm going to take my paper, going to line it up right on top. We're well in screen. Okay.
Yes, you're
And
doing
then
great.
we're going to grab, I'm going to grab the flower one again. And when you line these up, just so that you'll be able to see how easy it is to line them up, when you line this up, I want to line the bottom edge of it with one of these lines. So I'm just going to bring it down just a tad. Okay?
Do you have ink?
I do have my VersaFine. And for this, because the stamp has so many fine details, I find the VersaFine works better for me than the Gina K. Gina K is usually my go-to, but I had to stamp it too many times.
Gotcha.
So close my platform, pick up my stamp. We're gonna ink it up.
Did you notice how beautiful the sticky grid was for holding that in place?
Oh yes, that's an absolute must on any stamping platform. Mm-hmm. So, and that's the other thing I like about this stamping platform. You can remove the lid, do your inking, put your lid back down, close it. And open, and you have your perfectly stamped image.
Nice.
Now, how do I get it lined up for the next one? Well, it ended at that line, so I'm going to take this up, move it up, so take the ink out of the way so I don't make a mess. And I'm going to line that straight up against this plastic piece that's here that holds it to the side, and look down, straight down on it, and make sure that that lines up. That line is lining up with that line. Okay? So when I close this, before I ink it, when I close it, it didn't go up high enough. I have to go up to the next line. Okay. Let's try that again. Always check first.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay? Ink it up. Close it. And open it, and it's perfectly matched up, so those flowers. Now, this didn't press quite well enough, so I would just re-ink it again. Close it. And you can't even tell where those flowers joined.
No, I
It's
can't.
perfect.
It is perfect.
You can do it again multiple times. If you have the extender that goes with this little doodad, you could use your stamping platform like so, and you could stamp into your journal.
Yes.
So you could fill a whole background in your journal. Come off. I don't want to pull too hard because it'll go flying. There's a trick, isn't there?
I don't know.
There we go. So this is one of his DL stamps. This is another one of his DL stamps. And he also has a DL stamp that is a lattice. These are the 3 I own. I'm pretty sure there's probably more of these.
Yeah.
But this lattice is beautiful, makes a beautiful background that you can, do multiples of. Mm-hmm. And then, if you're really, really creative, you can use the stamped image, put these over, and these will line up with the stamped image, and you can run paste through them, and you'd have stamped image with paste stars or pasted hearts.
So right in the center of the grid. That's amazing.
Yeah, he's put a lot of thought into these.
So that's the one thing I will say I noticed with Jamie Rodgers that I didn't get right away is how interchangeable his products really are.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. And and how he builds from one collection to the next collection.
Yeah.
So it's not like you buy a collection or buy a bunch of stuff from one collection and you can't use it with anything else. You can use it with all kinds of, like interchangeable with all different ones. So,
Right.
and he has a new release coming up very shortly that I think hit the stockists lists on Monday, and it's all DL stuff. So
Which
DL,
means slimline. Yeah.
in our language, we call it slimline. In the UK, they call it DL.
So we'd be interested to hear what you guys think about slimline. I know they came out a couple years ago. They kind of started to fall away a little bit, but would you go back to them, or have you ever left them? I'd love to hear.
I am starting to see more and more slimline ideas. For those of you who are new to the Jamie Rodgers stuff, because he is fairly new to North America, United States, and Canada, it's very interesting to go and look at his Creative Expressions Officials Facebook page and see some of his new products, see some of the ideas that the design team are doing with them, and how they're using things from one collection with another collection.
I did want to just address a couple of questions. Kim was asking, are these fuzzy? I'm going to say no, they're not fuzzy. It's called crushed velvet, but they don't have a fuzz feel. And there's definitely not any off fuzzing. So there's not that sense of, when you use glitter paper, the stuff is coming off.
Right.
There's no velvet fleck coming off this. It's all very much just a very lovely textured paper. I don't know that it's that easy to describe, but what I will say is I tend to have that sensory issue where if I hold a wooden spoon or put a wooden spoon in my mouth, I go all cringe. This paper does not do that. So even though that there's a texture, it's a nice, soft, beautiful texture, and I don't have any trouble with it whatsoever for that. The other thing she was asking about was the dies with this paper. So dies cut beautifully on this, dies emboss beautifully on this. What I was referring to in terms of making envelopes is you definitely, for all the folds that are in an envelope, you want a lighter weight paper. So what often happens is it can be difficult to find, at least in our store, because all of our cardstocks are 80, 100, 110 pound. And you can make an envelope out of that. It's just they're very thick. So if you have an envelope maker, this is a great investment of paper because you can make a lot of cute envelopes out of this. But you don't need I wouldn't limit this to envelopes in any stretch. I would actually buy this more for my flowers and flower folding. And in my card, I actually kept mine pretty simple, but I know that Sharlene could probably take it to a whole other level and show you forming, and they would hold those forms. So with flower forming, it would hold that. So that's more to know about that paper.
Okay, so the other thing I wanted to
I
demonstrate...
think to kind of adjust our phone a smidge.
The other thing I wanted to demonstrate a little bit about is with Jamie's dies and his flower dies, etc. Let me grab... I was all organized. So I've got 3 different dies that I own of his. They're all engraved in one way or another. Okay, so again, as Nancy mentioned earlier, all of the dies are in one piece. So this die is going to cut you 7 pieces that you can use to make one flower. You could use all 7 pieces to make one flower. You could use, say, the 3 biggest pieces to make one flower, and then use the 3 smaller ones to make another flower. You could mix and match them back and forth to do different sizes of flowers.
Yeah.
On this die, there's 2 styles of flowers. So there's the 6-petal flowers and the 5-petal flowers. So you could actually make 2 different kinds of flowers off of just one cut from this die.
Wow.
And they all, as you can see, have some debossing on them. So I'm going to show you a little trick with debossing to make them really stand out, and some things that you can do with them after you've cut them.
So guess what? This is why I brought Sharlene. Heather and I, Sharlene and I were talking. She says, I have this idea for when you need to get the emboss on your die cuts. And she told me, and I'm like, well, I didn't know that. So I said, you got to come on a dynamic duo. So this is why she's here today.
So this is
among other things.
So these are some of the this is just a little sampling of what you can do with those. This is the poinsettia die. All of these came off of the poinsettia die. This is all 5 pieces put together in one. This is 3 pieces put together in one. And this is 3 pieces of the smaller ones put together in one. So, and yes, I have done some folding and some bending, but it's very simple bending. It's not like, for any of you have maybe followed Susan Tierney Coburn, which is very elaborate and very intricate folding. This one does, these ones, you don't have to do that much intricate folding. So let me show you what I mean. Bring in my platinum. And we'll bring in one of the dies.
Is there a particular one you want?
So-
You're already ready.
Well, sort of. I'm going to move that aside. And I'm going to grab a red piece of paper. And I'm going to grab this die. So this one is the one that has the 2 different kinds of flowers on it. What I recommend you do, so I had some tape.
I was going to say, do you need tape? Because
I
I can
would
get you some tape.
Here it is.
You found it?
Found it.
She's
Found it.
prepared.
I did.
I don't need to
Now-
grab anything from the demo bar for sure.
When you guys are doing this, I highly recommend that you tape with low tack tape. Tape the piece down first, okay? Because it will wiggle around on you, and you don't want it to wiggle around for this process.
Right.
So, with your die cutting machine, you probably received a rubbery mat.
So Kim, this is like the tan mat.
Yes. Okay. And then you have your embossing. For my setup with the Platinum 6, I used the adapter plate.
Okay.
Adapter plate D. So what I've done is I put the grippy mat down, the paper next to it, the die on top, the adapter plate. We're going to run it through the Platinum. And when you run it through the Platinum, lift it up, turn it over, and if I just lift up this just to show you, you will be able to see how that die cut, didn't die cut it, but it embossed all the detail onto that. Then you take your cutting plates. Sharlene's, you can see, are very well loved. It's probably due for a replacement. And die cut it. And you have
ta-da!
All the pieces. And they just come out really nice. And look at the debossing on that. So can you imagine what you can do with all this debossing to really pop up your flowers? I'm going to show you a couple of things. And I'll show you some samples. You could do this with, I've done this with the red paper just for this particular example, but you could use any color paper you want. We could use the crushed velvet paper. Mm-hmm. I think it would hold the debossing really beautifully. Get that out. Come on out. There we go. So, all my pieces are out. So we have, like I said, 2 styles of flower. You have 3 pieces that match each, like to make 2 different flowers. And you have 2 centers. So what could you do with these? Well, I showed you this flower. So how I got this flower like this is I used, where did I put the polish? I had the
Right
polish.
there. It's beside your...
It's hiding on me.
Well, it will when you're trying to do a
Yes.
live. Everything hides and plays hide and seek.
So then we're just going to put a little bit of this polish down. Pick it up on our finger. Take this flower. and just wipe it along.
Where did you? So yeah, so she's just using the Art Alchemy metallic wax from Prima in vintage gold. We have multiple colors, a whole wall full of them. So lovely product to have in your arsenal for. I do all sorts of things. I'll edge with them. I mean, maybe we should do a dynamic duo on waxes. I don't know. Does the lighter paper? Yes. No, it does not get stuck or tear. It's actually incredibly robust. That velvet paper. I was very, very, very impressed by its die cut ability.
So I would just do all of the petals, and I'd probably leave the center plain.
It's Prima wax. Oh, I'm too high. Okay, there. Is that better? Ish. Great idea on wax demo. Okay.
So I'm just waxing up each of these petals. And then to put them together into a... Notice I just didn't bother cleaning my fingers.
Did you want them white?
Nope, that's okay. All I'm going to do is take my bone folder along the back side of my flower, flick it a couple of times.
It's like curling ribbon.
Yes. And if you really, really want to have something like a foam pad, like a pad like this, where you could poke it in the middle just to make it stand up a little bit more, you can. Do the same thing with the other two.
Heather, just so you know, we're getting requests for Prima wax
Wax
demo.
demo.
Because she used Prima wax here. So there you go. More ideas. Always could use more ideas.
Glue. That's the one thing I did not bring.
Oh, I can help you there.
I forgot the glue. That would be because I was busy building flowers last night and left it sitting on my studio table.
Do you have one of these?
No, I still use the good old hand. So far I haven't had to. Little dab of glue. I do like how easy it is to just set it down.
I think I love it because it has a space on my craft table now. Like,
Yes.
I don't lose it under paper. Which might
Or
still happen.
other crafter math.
Yeah.
Okay.
Laura's saying hello to you.
Oh, hello, Laura. Good to see you. And again.
Uh-oh.
Get in there.
And we're getting requests for 3D flower demos, so I guess Charlene's coming back. Both Heather and I looked like deer in headlights when that one came up.
Not me either.
That's a Sharlene. Okay, we're going to book Sharlene again. New year.
There your
Spring flowers.
Your flower is done. All you have to do is you can glue on a center. You could add some sparkles to it.
Nice.
Another little thing I want to show you about with these flowers that you can do if you don't have a bunch of colored paper and you only have white paper, but you got a bunch of inks, etc. that you've got. So this one I've
that wax. Do you want to use that wax?
No, sorry.
I'm like,
Before it ends up somewhere where we don't want it.
Yep.
A little goes a long way. As you can see, we didn't use very much of it.
No.
So I think that's on there permanently.
Just checking. Just making sure.
So another thing that you can do with these, so I've taken that same die set, or a different die set, and I've embossed it just on plain. This is just hammer mill 100-pound paper. Nothing's, super special. And I'm going to grab an ink and show you how I got this effect on a different flower. So I'm going to take this flower, and I'm just going to take the corner of this is Festive Berry, drag it across each petal. Take your time, try to pull from the center of the flower out each petal. I'm just going to do a couple of the petals because we don't want to be here all day watching Sharlene put together a 5-petal flower. And the more you go over it, the darker it'll get. I try to sometimes with my centers make it a little bit darker. And yes, this is a good way of getting your fingers very inky. Grab the tweezers. Otherwise, I'm going to have one red fingernail.
I didn't know that was a problem. Oh, right. I'm supposed to think that's a problem.
You know what I'm going to do? Pick it up this way. Slide it across. Change my direction. Slide it across. There we go.
She's doing a trick I like to call DTP. Direct to paper.
Okay, and then these ones you could again do the shaping, simple shaping like we did with the other ones. If you wanted to get into something that's even more detailed in your shaping, turn your flower upside down. Use your bone folder on the back side. And roll your petals. On this one, that little gold one, all I did was take my tweezers and pinch each one of the petals into a point and then put them all together. So there's all kinds of ways that you can form and shape these flowers. And they don't have to take hours to create. And I'm going to poke that down in the middle. Cassandra. Oh, you're coming. Okay. And I'm doing the same thing with the smaller petal. I did some of these on light blue paper with dark blue ink. I think I used like a really soft baby blue. And then I used faded jeans and I used chipped sapphire. And they were gorgeous.
Sounds like a great combo.
So I'm just shaping this final little petal. Again, poke it down in the middle a little bit. And glue the 3 of them together. I honestly have to say, when I'm using Jamie Rodgers flower dies, the piece that I use the least is the little center. Because there's so many ways that you can do centers in your flowers. You can use the papers and color them. You can do things like adding gemstones. And the store has a ton of different colored gemstones that make lovely centers to some of these, especially the festive poinsettias. And the other thing that the store also has, and I'm just holding it in place a little bit just to make sure it sticks good, okay? And you have another flower ready for your card.
I just grabbed. I didn't worry about coordinating, but we got the cute little sequin mixes.
Yep,
Of course, the dots.
exactly.
And I don't know, do you ever use that?
Yes, I use this a lot when I'm doing the Susan Tierney. So you can actually take one of your flower centers that is pointy, like this one, add a little bit of glue to each of the little ends, and then dip it into the yellow, and it looks like pollen on the ends.
Holy crap. Holy crap!
Holy smokes!
Schmo-
And another thing that you can use, and I'll show you an example here that you can use, but you can also use prills.
Yep.
So just add a little daub of glue in the middle of your flower, dump in some prills, let it set, dump the extras back into your jar. These will last you forever. I've had this jar for a long time.
I do believe we have those. I just couldn't find them quickly.
Yes,
when on the fly.
They do have them. Okay. Any questions about what we've done? What is
The yellow is actually not seed beads. It's actually fluff.
It is, yes.
It looks exactly like pollen.
Yep.
I guess pollen without allergies.
Yes.
That's what I would call this. Let's see, what is it made of? No idea. won't tell me. But it says it conforms to health requirements of ASTM D4236.
That's important.
So there
That's
you go.
very, very important.
Yes.
So you guys were asking about I wonder what this paper is going to be like when you try to die cut and emboss with it. So there is one of the blue papers. I've just embossed it. I haven't die cut it yet. And again, I'm going to line my piece back up. I run it through first with my 2 gray mats to emboss it. And then I'm going to run it through and cut them. So we'll see how this new paper die cuts and embosses.
While you're doing that, we've had a request for some close-ups.
Okay.
I will do my best. Well, maybe 2 at a time.
And that little pointy one came out of the poinsettia one.
Wow, that's fun.
So,
You could even
yes. So this flower on this card is actually put together with all of the pieces. So all the pieces that are here and here.
all of them.
So all of them went into that one. Okay.
Awesome.
Now let's see how this die cut. It die cut pretty good.
Yeah, I have no complaints.
Die cut beautifully. And it embossed beautifully. Even with the velvety texture, you can still see the deboss.
Yeah.
So again, with this, if you wanted to use the paste or the polish, you could add polish color. Like if you had a nice dark blue wax polish,
Absolutely.
that would be gorgeous. Doesn't have to be gold or silver.
Oh, no. No.
So what I will have to do is take these home and make some flowers out of actual flower forming. Words are hard. English is hard. And make some flowers so that we have some on display at the store. Please do. So we'll watch for those ones at the store. Any questions yet from anybody about the flowers? Ways to color your flowers, form your flowers. And this is just a snippet of ideas. Like there's tons of other inspiration out there that you can go and find on different ways to color them, different ways to form them.
I'm just going to grab one die set because I want to show something that's kind of important.
When I was showing you earlier the frills that I said I used for a center, this is one of the flowers that I did, and it has the frills in the center. So you just pop in a little daub of glue and then put your frills on. This one is formed with these going backwards. This one is formed with them going forwards. So depending on whether you want your flower to form backwards or whether you want it to form upward, depends on how you use your bone folder.
Right.
And I only used bone folder with all of these. Yes, you can use styluses. You can use, I've seen them use pens, roll it around a pen or a stomp.
Yep.
That you use for watercoloring.
All right. So, just wanted to show. So the packaging can be deceiving. This looks huge, and you're going to think to yourself, holy crap, I need the Swish. No, you don't. Watch. Side to side, you can get this entire thing through your Platinum or your Big Shot. Okay? These are not meant to be cut at the same time. It's just the packaging. It's huge. Okay?
Yes.
So that's something worthwhile knowing. See, look. I could almost get it all on there anyway, but anyway, yeah. So did you want to show off a couple of your classes that are coming up so that people know?
I'll show you actually using that die. I used that die that you just showed.
All right.
And made this card. So in order to do this background, you can do it 2 ways. You can cut these corners and just glue them on too.
Right.
or you can cut the whole piece of paper with the corners in.
Right.
That
But you
do
would cut this to the size that would go through your machine. So
Right.
if you want it this big, you might need the switch or a
Yes.
bigger platform.
Yes.
There are bigger platforms, Platinum 6, there's other ones. But if
Yeah.
you have the small one, you can always size this down because these are
Yes.
easily, it just depends, you just size it to the paper.
Yeah, and I didn't bring one, but these would work great on slimline cards as well.
Oh, yeah.
So then you've got they're just closer together, and you can frame your piece that way.
Nice.
Okay. So yes, this is one of the classes that's coming up. It's not yet on the website. So Nancy,
I'm working on it.
So these are
They're
the
cracking the whip on me.
these are the 3 cards that we'll be doing in this class, and it's called Opulent Christmas. Okay, and it will be on October the 25th.
Yes.
One that's coming up just before that one.
Let's get it. It's called Silhouettes of Christmas. Here you go. You start there and I'll bring more.
So the next class that I have coming up on Jamie Rodgers stuff is called Silhouettes of Christmas, and it's using his die set that has the Santa sleigh, the trees, and the house theme to it. And we're also going to do a fancy, colorful card, and we're going to do a tag. So this class with all 3 of these pieces will be on Sunday, October the 19th from 10:30 to 3:30. Nope, that's not the one.
Oh, crud.
But that's another one that's really good.
That looks good with that.
It actually goes very well with this die set.
Eh.
I think we might be sold out of that die set.
We might have to do a reorder. If people are interested, tell us.
Yes, if you're interested in this silhouettes,
Make sure we
Set.
know because we can.
Yes.
I think we can still get it.
we can still order them in.
Yeah.
So it comes with the sleigh, Santa sleigh and reindeer, comes with one thing of trees and one thing of houses. And it's about this long, and you can cut it once, move it over, cut it again. So if you wanted to have a really wide card, or you wanted it as a border in your journal, you could do that.
So I think Kim's asking, did you talk about the size of the card? So I think one thing to know about Jamie is he's out of the UK.
Yes.
So he has designed, and that's probably part of why these packagings are so big. He designed, in the UK, they give each other these ginormous cards.
7.5 by 7.5 is kind of a
Right.
standard size card.
Right. So they think we're small. But anyway.
But he is coming out with more, like the DL is.
Absolutely. And I do find very adjustable. Like I said,
Yes.
like I can use pieces of this and still do a really great card.
Yes.
But let's show you that. Yeah, that one.
So this is another one that I use that same die set for, and I cut out the trees and put it together in this card.
So adorable. Let's turn it this way so they can look.
Oh, am I upside down?
Yeah, that's okay. Isn't he adorable, little Santa?
So he'll be coming up in a class in November, so watch for that guy.
Okay.
And I'm going to show you a little trick on how I did some of this sparkly stuff.
Sweet.
And I think this is why Heather didn't want to be with us today, because
Is it messy?
she doesn't like glitter.
Well, it's messy.
Like, who doesn't like glitter?
Oh, I don't know.
She has a name for it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, she does.
we have recently brought in the new Jamie Rodgers gemstone glitters, and they're here in the store in tons of different colors. The ruby red, I think, is sold out right now and maybe out of stock on the Craftmania website as well, but we are working
I
on
want to
getting...
be very clear about 2 products near Christmas time. Gold glitter, silver glitter, red glitter, and green glitter fly right about starting now. And then just before Christmas, when everybody wants it, we're out. Okay, so if you see this come back and you want red glitter, you grab it. If you see red foil and green foil, you grab it. If you see red embossing powder or green embossing powder or silver or gold, you grab it.
because it'll be gone fast.
Yes.
Toot sweet fast. Toot sweet. So, on that card with our Santa here,
Yes.
I did some glitter. So what I did was I took a piece of die cut and bond, which is 4 3/4 inches wide, and we do have it in the store. And all I did was attach it to a piece of hammer mill.
Which we affectionately call the toilet paper roll.
Yes. And it is sticky. So it's sticky both sides. It's like a big wide
Double-sided.
Suquang tape.
You betcha.
Double-sided tape. Okay? So from that, I cut out some little trees using just
Just the pie?
one of these.
Okay, so the outline.
So the outline cuts out just this. Okay?
All right.
Then if you want to decorate your tree, you're going to take one of the outlines and whichever die you want for the inside, I center it inside of it, each other, tape it down together so that it's easy to run through, and run it through again on another piece of this paper that's got the sticky on the back now.
Okay.
Okay?
So you got two now.
So when I ran these through, I ran it through sticky, waxy side up.
Gotcha.
Okay. Then waxy side up. Then when I ran through this, I ran it through with the paper side up.
Gotcha. Okay, I
Okay.
think I know where this is going, but you show us.
Okay. So then we're going to take one of these trees. The crafter math is real.
It's happening over here. It's happening. Kim was, while you're working that off, Kim was asking how you mail it. You take these to the post office, and you have to get a bulk mail quote for your.
Yeah, and when I do these
Mailing.
classes, and I try as much as I can to provide with an 8x8 envelope
Nice.
with each of the classes because I know they are a little harder to get.
Right.
Okay. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to,
The specialist people get these cards.
yes, special people get these cards.
Right.
But there's no reason why you couldn't take these pieces and make them down, make it
Scale
into a
them.
smaller.
Yep.
Yep. So now that's sticky. I'm going to take my sticky tree, peel off the backing, line it up on top. Now, yes, you could do the glitter before you put this on, but I figure why waste all that glorious glitter? So grab a piece of paper because we want to contain the glitter. Now, this glitter is better. This glitter is unlike any glitter I have used. This stuff is so fine, like super, super fine. You dropped your speaker.
mic. Just a second.
So this stuff is super, super, super fine. So you just sprinkle it on.
I'm back.
Use your finger, rub it in a little bit. Tap it off. And you can see on this paper just how fine that glitter is. And I always have a fluffy brush. And just lightly dust off. It's not staticky like other glitter where it sticks to everything, goes everywhere. Don't recommend you sneeze or...
Yeah, you might not want to, have a fan going in the room right
No,
now.
no. Ceiling fans need to be shut off when you're working with glitter. But I just want to hold this up so you can kind of get an idea of how fine that glitter is. There's a delay on our camera, so...
It's looking awesome. Yes.
Like it is just, it's finer than anything I have ever worked with. Now, the only, I love the bottle for getting stuff out. I don't like the bottle for getting glitter back in.
Fair enough. But it is a cute bottle. I mean,
It
come
is.
on. You won our hearts with that bottle.
Oh, we did get a little bit of glitter where we don't want it, but
Well, now I got to rub my face and have red glitter all over. That's just going to be me all day.
so that is how I created all of
And
these.
lock up the cat. Absolutely.
Yes, lock up the cat. I don't have a cat to worry about, so I never even thought of that. So the other thing that you could do with this glitter, say you didn't want to spend a whole bunch of money on buying exotic papers. So this one, I bought the Prism Studio paper and cut all of these pieces. And I thought, what a huge waste of paper, really.
Because all of it's underneath, right?
All of it's underneath.
So you could cut it out as a window frame, but that's a lot more work.
Yes.
But this
that's
is
what
a cool idea.
That's what I call gutting the paper.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
So you gut the middle out and use it for the second level. But the other thing that you can do is take your Suquang tape of whatever width you want, run it all the way around your piece, and then we grab another piece of paper so that we don't have glitter everywhere. And by far, I think so far, the red is my favorite color.
It's pretty gorgeous. Gorgeous Christmas.
It's a beautiful Christmas red. Very diamondy, like very sparkly.
Yes. Laura says she's going to have to get her husband to 3D print a baby funnel for those.
Okay.
And I think that I'm going to have to talk to my son because he's got a 3D printer. So
Yes.
better he does it because he's taking up real estate in my basement with that thing. Although he's kind of crafty, so that's fine.
Us girls come up with the crafty ideas, and then the guys figure out how to make it happen. Then I'm going to take again my trusty little paintbrush. On something like this, I'd probably have a bigger mop just to brush it all off. But then you've got your piece of paper all ready to put on your next card. And you don't have to worry about having wasted
Huge amount of glitter paper gone.
Yes.
Again, so if we run out of glitter paper near Christmas,
Hey,
don't have glitter, you've got the plan.
The other thing you could do with this glitter too, I haven't tried it yet, but I want to, is take a stencil and run.
It's not cooperating. Maybe that's an off-camera moment.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't have to get rid of it.
So what you could do is take a stencil with your, what do you call it? Tacky when dry.
Oh, I know. Yes.
Put some.
You have to prepare that a bit ahead. So
Yes.
you probably missed that. But yeah, so with your, you keep telling them. I'll grab the tacky when dry to show it.
Oh, it's right here.
Oh, you got one.
So tacky when dry, and it's just like a lovely little paste. And yes, you do have to do this ahead of time because you got to let it sit and dry. But take a palette knife, run it through a piece of paper through a stencil of some kind that whatever you like.
And then it sits and cures for about
Snowflake.
an hour.
Snowflake stencil from Jamie would be fantastic for that.
Wouldn't it? Oh.
And then let it dry. Set it aside and let it dry. After you've stenciled it, then sprinkle your powder on, dust it off, and you'd have a beautiful background. Red on black.
Oh, glorious.
Yeah, that would be great.
Well, my friend, I think we've answered everything we could possibly say today about Jamie Rodgers. Did you have anything else for us?
No, that was my demos.
Okay.
So, as Nancy mentioned earlier, there's a couple of Jamie Rodgers Christmas card classes coming up.
You betcha.
2 more to put on the calendar. One will have feature the Santa and elves, and another one will be featuring the snowman.
Absolutely.
So
yeah, you definitely want to take advantage of Charlene's knowledge and come to those classes.
And yes, we may have to do another demo one of these days with
Flower forming.
I
think we'll have you back for sure.
Flower forming class.
Absolutely.
We can absolutely do that.
I think that'll be exciting. Okay, so do not forget 25% off demo on Jamie Rodgers products. If you want to find the Jamie Rodgers demo deal products, just go to our website, click on the demo deals, and that link will take you to everything that's there for the 25% off. Do we have
25%.
another question that we need to
Well,
answer?
and Sharon made a comment that we need to get tack cloths to clean up the glitter. They work really good.
All right.
Thanks for that tip, Sharon.
Thank you very much.
Thanks
All right.
for watching, everybody.
Take care,
Hope
everybody.
you learned some new inspiration.
Bye-bye.
Bye.